glorious day for some anarchy. Ravnica deserves its demise. Yeah, doesn't always work out how you want.
Consider yourself fortunate our motives align. You wish to know my secrets? Very well. Can I help you? Blood for knowledge. A fair trade. Tragedy befalls us all.
You want hostile? You got it. My wild beasts will bring your comeuppance. Have at it, boys.
rid you of your corruption.
play, you can win.
Beautiful day for chaos, isn't it? Oh, have at it, boys.
When I win, you're telling me what you need. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
What's that? Something smells rotten. Wait, that might be me.
Me on Facebook, no, I ain't adding them. Positions I had her in. Hit from the back, that pussy was splattering. Calling her friend, tell her pull up. Word, let's make it a gathering. They love it, I'm addict now, but she loving the splash again. I just be cashing in her buns, just like a wedding, I'm crashing in. Hundreds on hundreds, I'm moving and grooving. She wanna cut up, I'ma slash again. Buckets on buckets, I'm pushing it down. Back in my back, on back again. I feel like a lab again. I'm on a carpet blanket, ain't doing no talking. Why? They on my body as soon as I walk in, bitches be stalking. They loving the drip. Watch it, now I ain't talking my pockets, just no weed. I got it, if I call it, she slide and tell her to mop it. Yeah, I got that shit going. Then she took that thing off and bring it around. Going at it till I'm on. Put that 90 in a hole, I'm beating it down. I'm back in that bag again. Whoa, whoa. I'm saying that. I'm back in that bag. I'm back in that bag. She slide and tell her to mop it. Yeah, I got that shit. Then she took that thing off. Put that 90 in a hole, I'm beating it down. I'm back in that bag again. Whoa, whoa. Oh, say less. I'm back in that bag again. Yeah, yeah. Oh, back in that. Yeah. Back in that. Yeah. Oh, hey.
Run away. You'll be safer. You are not much of a roadblock. See you later.
think it's gonna help if you always fighting yourself, trying to forget how you felt. Just take a look at yourself. We could be everything.
seeming like the only authority that I recognize is chaos. We won't answer to other guilds.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me. My judgment is final.
I bow to no one.
We've got the edge in this fight.
What's that? Something smells rotten. Wait, that might be me.
I'm never done for good. You are not much of a roadblock.
We are the many.
Unreal. Unbelievable. I've been mute this whole time. Thank you very much. I'm so upset. Wow, I was mute for a whole hour. Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you. Oh, I lose now, right? Because he's just gonna give these all +2/+2. Or +1. Yeah, he did that. Well, I don't know. Miss. I was muted this whole time. Dude, OBS is so broken, man. Like, it wasn't working. I had to like adjust the settings. And now I was mute the whole time. I was mute for a whole hour. Wow. How you doing today? I'm gonna hang out with you for a minute. Because apparently I can't win. I can't win at Magic. I was just supposed to play for 1 hour. You have no idea how upset I am right now. I'm like Thank you. Are you streaming soon, Romano, or are you done for tonight? Oh. I'm so upset. I'm so mad. I was literally streaming for a whole hour on silent mode. Thank you, Ramon. I appreciate you. I need a minute to just realize I was talking to myself. How was the stream? How'd your stream go? Now I'm just hanging out with you because apparently I wasn't talking to I was just talking to myself. I was legit talking like to myself. Like that was it. So now I'm talking to you. How was the stream? What'd you play? Let's have a whole conversation about this. Now that I can have them, I'm all gonna review the stream and be like, all right, just trying to get to Mythic. You can do it. Hey Siri, you still got a couple days? Inspired by my mono red? No, Siri, thank you. What are you playing? Are you playing my mono red or are you playing a mono red? Diamonds, you're right there. You're on the cusp. Diamond what? Diamond, I mean, you're flirting with it. Diamond 3, Diamond 2. Diamond 1's the home start. My mono red exactly? That's okay. That's fair enough. I'm not mad at you. It got me Mythic 8 times in a row. When the season resets, I'm gonna play it again. Diamond 4. He's like, this deck is good. It's a good deck. Like, everyone told me to get it. Everyone who's played it tells me they get to Diamond, like guaranteed. So I know for sure it's going to get you to Diamond. Like, I don't know if I can promise Mythic. I've done it, but I don't know if I can promise Mythic. But everyone that has said they played it for sure got to Diamond. And they're like, man, like all the parts, like as much as I want to change something, I just can't. Like everything just works so well. Like you just have to just play it, just keep playing it, and you're just gonna get them. I think the strength of the deck is the 2-drops. The 2-drops is what, to be honest with you, is what makes the deck. Like, that's what makes everyone, like, you know, they invest heavily, right? Like, they invest heavily on the 2-drops. Because typically mono red tries to curve out 3-4, right? That's, you know, I know this for sure. Where they invest a lot in the 3-mana drops. Like, you try to avoid that. You try to make your opponents focus on your 2-drops. So when you play your 3 and 4, like, they can't beat them. Like, they're like, oh shit, there's a 4-drop they can't beat. There's a 3-drop they can't beat. Like, you know, you slam down Ferocidon and they're like, oh wow, I can't beat that guy. Like, you know, like that's how you do it. You just get them. This deck is tight. I've had so much fun with it. I can't wait to start playing it again. I'll be playing it in the next couple of days. Thank you, Romaro. That's very nice of you. That's very, very nice of you. That cheers me up from just talking to myself. This deck is so tight. Like, I've been thinking about it. I was like on the toilet the other day and I was like, should I add a play with fire? I was like really thinking about it. Like attacking every turn. It just feels good. You're like, attack you. And then Rahilda it's like having 7 Robbers of the Rich. Like, it's so good. And people are like, man, Rahilda has first strike. It's like amazing. Because they want you so you know, against the aggro matchup, you're supposed to take out 4 Robber or Rich, right? But then, since you have Rahilda, you technically have another Robber, so it's like, and you could play Rahilda in game 2 in the board, like out of the board, so you're like, cool. You know, you're like, my creature has first strike, and then if it attacks you, I could steal a card guaranteed. Like, feels good. And then you have the mini combos, right? You have Ferocidon with Torbrand, like that's like the dopest, like take 3 damage possible. And then turn 3 you can carry Zev into Embercleave. There's like so many little combos that people just have to like really kind of master. Yeah, it's like so sick. I go like turn 1 Kamano, turn 2 carry Zev, right? And then like turn 3 Embercleave. Like, what? Dude, it's so good. Like, it's so good. Like, the amount of times I go Kumano, carry Zev, Embercleave is unreal. Or you're like Reckless Ringleader. Like, everyone forgets that card. Because then you can give your random dork, like, haste. And then no one wants to kill Reckless Ringleader. Like, it's so hilarious. Like, no one wants to kill Reckless Ringleader. Never. Everyone's like, oh, it's a 1/1 goblin. Like, whatever. But then you're like, damn, it gives a future guy like a threat. They're like, oh damn, like Ferocidon never had haste, but all of a sudden it does. Kamano, yeah, I go turn 1 Kamano to Reckless Ringleader like all the time. It's like, oh god, like it's just so good. Yeah, it's like people are like sitting there like, what did it give haste to? You know, like I love when you're thinking about it, and then you play against like sweepers, like I'm so excited. This is like the best deck ever. Like, you play against any sweepers, and then they're like, okay, cool, like, I clear the table, and you're like, here's the guy that has haste attack you, and you're like, oh, damn, that's so good. You give Rahilda haste, carry Zev haste, like, anything. It's almost every target minus Robber of the Rich. You know what I mean? Like, sorry. This deck is clearly cheering me up. I want to play it, but, you know, I like to put on the shelf. And then like when it's time, because I'm going to play it, like I'm gonna play it in the next couple days, you know, when April starts. Let's give it a break, you know. Yeah, like I think I'm like, I'm gonna try to go for 9. I'm gonna see if I can do a whole year straight. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm 8 months in. Yeah. I'm in Mythic, so I was like goofing off with my red burn deck, which still needs some fine tuning. I think it's a little slow. You know, the addition I made was Chandra, because, you know, when you have Eidolon, you're just taking so much of your own damage to yourself, which I get it. It's attacks, but it's like, come on, like. And then, so I have some skeptical cards. Rolling Vortex is kind of skeptical, and Chandra is kind of skeptical. So I have like 7 slots where I'm like, do I have better cards? And I do want a burn deck. But it's like, how slow do you go? And most of the bird decks that I've been like eyeballing, they don't have Soulscour Mage. So it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to make something here, you know, like another masterpiece. But there's Lightning Bolt is not in the format, so it's like this deck is not as strong as it should be. You know, like, and I was using collateral damage because it was like Lightning Bolt. You know, there's so many. Like, I want to use Blazing Rootwalla. I want to use Fiery Temper. God, so many tasty choices. I don't know, but thank you. I just got so excited. I was so excited to talk about that red deck. So excited. Or standard. At the beginning of your upkeep, put an oil counter on another target non-artifact. Dumb. It's not good. A 0/1? No. Furnace Spellbomb. Me? It's coming back. I need you to hit Mythic so I can finally be like, somebody did it. I'm like, somebody did it. They did it. Yeah, I just want to just get, you know, I'm going to play it, like, no doubt about it. It's just keep it over there. Just shelve it. I'm going to play it in the next couple days. But how do I make standard red, right? How do I make standard red? That's the real question. Is Squee really that good? You get a guy. Is Squee really that good? This is a Skull Clamp, but worse. None. That Koth, like, honestly, if these two numbers were switched, if the 2 and the 1 were the 2 and the 3 were switched, this would be an awesome card. This card would be so freaking good. It would be tight as hell. Like, you're like, okay, cool. Minus Search a Mountain. People like, what? Thank you for the sub. Oh my goodness. Thank you. You didn't have to. That is just too nice of you. That was too nice of you. I really do appreciate that. That was just the kindness, out of the kindness of your heart. That was just too nice. That just makes my talking to myself feel that much better. I was already feeling better with you. My friend. Oh, that's true. Yeah, the advertisements are they're so painful. You sit there, you're like, oh. So thank you. That's truly the best. You're the nicest person, and hey, you know what? We all grow together. You know, we do. One of these days when I hit partner, yeah? I'm going to hit partner. And I'm going to have thousands of people watching me. And I'm going to go, look, look, look. Romaro, that is my friend. He was there in the beginning. And he's there to the end. Which is a good thing, right? So thank you. Parabomorphic Expanse. They brought this card back. Mastercore Ribskiff. Two, one, toxic. Seems horrible. Sphere. The thing is, I know someone's going to have some really good decks in Standard. So, like, a red in Standard is just not good. Like, how do I beat the newer cards? Like, it seems there's no good card here. Like, Hex Gold Slash is probably the best card. And then maybe this guy. This is probably the coolest card in the set. Because it's the only card that does, like, that has, like, a threat. And then they missed the boat with Red Sun's Twilight. Like, ugh. I'm gonna stop looking at Standard. It's just, it's making me not happy. So let's. Do I want to use Feldon? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, Feldon. I have him. I think I have 3. Because you only need 3. You don't need more than that. Where is he? Yeah. Feldon is a really good card. At first, I didn't really care for him as much because I was like, he can't block and whatever, and you know how many times, you know how much damage can he really take, right? And then I started playing against other decks, and I was like, oh, I have Feldon. Feldon's right here. I have him in the main. Haha, got you. Haha, I had him. So yeah, the card is just good. So what I'm trying to, you know, play around here with, the cards I'm playing around with are Squee, Mechanized Warfare, End of Festivities, and Chandra. So not that many decks are playing Chandra in the main. So this is like a little sporadic. And then you have it's just, you know, I'm just trying to. Red is just not good in Standard. It's just, how do you beat, you know, Shieldred? Like, you gotta wait till Shieldred it's so good. You know, Shieldred is like a Shieldred's like a 5-for-1, right? Like a lot of, exactly. A lot of mono reds just play Rending Flame in the main. You know, and I used to play 4 Rending Flames, and it's just so frustrating because Rending Flame is literally only for Shieldred, right? Like, there's no other card that I use Rending Flame for, and if I'm not playing mono black, you know, I have a dead Rending Flame, and what's worse is now mono blacks have a Negator, right? So I'm like, fantastic. Now I definitely can't win against black decks. You know, it's like great. So it's just, you know, I just have to steal his guy with Bloody Betrayal, which I think I should increase to 4. Yeah, pretty much. But if you don't kill him by turn 4, right? Because it's Standard, right? You don't kill him by turn 4. Then they cast Shieldred, and then the moment Shieldred, like, you pass the turn, it's like it's already over for you. It's done. It's finished. Let's put some removal in here. Atarka's Command. Dormi's Ambush. I love this card. Colossus. Yeah, the only card I want to put in is Dumb's Ambush. I'm already stretching it with 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 cards that are 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Like, it's crazy how I've never done that before and it works. Because typically this stuff would have been one of. It would have been like 1 Clothies, 1 Domri, but like the 2 is fine. Alright, let's play a little bit more Magic. I'll play for a little longer. I'm just hanging out with Romero, guys. Romero. Because he told me that I was on mute the whole time. And plus, I just had dinner. I'm not super sleepy. Hey, you have Instagram, Romero? You have Instagram? Let's get connected. What is up with my... Where are my commands? There you go. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Yeah, find me on the gram. Yeah, I'm super active on Instagram, so... Yeah, you can always text me. I'm super active on Gram, Instagram. It's like the fastest way. It's faster than Discord for me, so you know. Yeah, I'm a daily vlogger, so just hit me up. You know, it's kind of sometimes it's connected to Magic or I'm connected to streaming, but you know, it all depends on what's going on and what I'm doing. Haha, no tax for you, huh? Not you. Or maybe you. He's like block there, block there. Ember cleave time. Got him. Boom, 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 boom. A lot of stuff be dying. But a lot of stuff be crying. Oh, he didn't like that. Attack. I know, right? I was like, red zone. I was like... Call of the Death Dweller? People still play that card? I love this card. There's so much value. It's unbelievable. It's unfreaking believable. And it took me the longest time to realize you could put the counters, both counters on one creature. So, And like the best cards are super tiny anyway, so yeah, we do this. Load him up. Oh wait, I was supposed to give him haste. Oh, my bad. He's like, block the Llanowar Elf. Sheesh. Oh my god! He has to double block it, right? It's... He has to double block it here, like, even then, I think he still loses, because it does double strike, so it's like 5U, and then 7. That's not a good move. But man, do you not know what double strike is? Like, did he not know? I don't know. Some people, I don't know. Sometimes I think people just started to learn how to play Magic sometimes. Because, you know, it's like, you know, traditional Magic, I get to, you know, the card game, I get to, like, sit there and talk to them. Like, how long do you play Magic? You know, they're like, oh, a few weeks, a few months since, you know. Most of the time, I would say over a cool 33% of Magic players have come from COVID, right? So all of them have come during the COVID time. That's, like, for sure, no doubt about it. Like, everybody was at home doing nothing, and then all of a sudden, there were like, it was like a surge. Like, I was playing. So if you like dig into my old videos of on my Twitch No Effing Way YouTube channel, there's like, I have so many videos of like no one there. And then all of a sudden after COVID, like everybody started showing up, and there was so many people playing Magic, and it was just like a mad house. It was crazy. But whatever, I'm mad.
You call it anarchy. For me, it's just another day. Nothing disgusts me more than law and order.
That wasn't cool. I'm like, that wasn't cool.
We are the many.
I'm like, that wasn't cool. You stole my guy.
No, no, put me. When I'm finished here, there'll be nothing left but dust. No accord, no peace. I was raised by wolves.
We're gonna keep the brawler in the hand just in case that this is a super dumb doom scar or whatever.
Keep an open mind.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Double dormer. Sometimes when you get two, any one of my doubles. What's funny is that when I have my doubles, when I have two of them, it's not. I have to make like super awkward decisions, right? I have to be like, what am I gonna do here? It's like two dormeries or two, two ember cleaves, two whatever. I was just about to cut one collected company. Because I feel like it comes up way too many times and my targets are pretty low and sometimes I could miss. Yeah. The legendaries, I have two questing beasts. Sometimes I want to take out questing beast, but questing beast is a beast, right? Yeah. So it's 8 cards and there's 2 apiece. Thoughtseize! Come on, let's see it. Come on, let's see it. Stop flirting with me and play it already. That's a nice picture. Adam Pequet. My man's really just reading his Thoughtseize, making sure that it's gonna work. Ah, no, it's Inquisition. Is cat oven? You think it's? I think it's Rakdos. I think it's just flat out Rakdos. I don't know if it's cat. I wouldn't think it's cat oven. This is my choice. Dormery's a good choice. This is a good one. Oh, I guess not. You have another one? Pyromancer. Kill spell, God. Well, I don't think I can win here. This song is too friendly. I don't like it. I feel like I chose a worse one. Innocent Blood. I'm using Thundering Raiju in one deck, but then I stopped using it. It was in my standard deck. It was like I had like 5 versions standard. I use Raiju in standard. I think I have 4 of them. Let's go check. That's a good question. Well, Raiju, yeah. So I have 4 of them. The problem I have with Raiju, right? This is the number one problem I have with him. He's 4 mana for a 3/3. Okay? That's the biggest problem I have with him. It's not that he's bad. It's just a lot of 3 mana creatures, a lot of like 99% of the 3 mana creatures are already 3/3 or 3 mana, right? They're 3 mana for 3/3s. If I'm spending 4 mana, right? Traditionally in red, if you're spending 4 mana, that card needs to be like the absolute nutty professor. It has to be so good. Like, let's just look. Like, I'll show you right now. Like, we'll just look at the 4 spot, right? For red. Right? Phoenix is hella good. Atsushi's okay. What else is a badass card? You got Chandra. Right? It's like, just look at him. Right? Torbrand. Torbrand's format. Defiler is so good. Like, Experimental Frenzy. God, Evercool Phoenix. These goblins are really good. Hazaret. Oh my god, I love this card. Do you have Hazaret? Just play Hazaret. Oh, and you're playing my red deck. There's 2 of them in there. Leyline of Combustion. Oh, I thought that was banned. What the hell? That card's pretty good. Rekindling Phoenix. Like, look at these 4 mana cards. They're so good. Like would I play Raiju over this? This card comes back. You know? They need 2 cards to kill that. They need an exile. Mono white has a hard time. You crafted Raiju? Raiju? I mean, he's not bad. I'm not going to say he's bad. It's just, if I'm going to spend 4 mana, I want to get a 4 mana creature. I want to get a 4 mana creature. You know, like, it just seems like you cast it and then they go lightning bolt and you're like, cool. Right? And then modify. It's cool because he modifies creatures. So this card works really, really well. Oh! You crafted Hazaret? Yeah. Like, Hazaret is like the bomb. Like, God, the card is so good. Oh my God, everything about it is the most mono red card ever. Like, what? And I don't even think it's supposed to be mono red. You could splash it because it's 1 red. 1 red 3. Oh my God, it's tax for 5. It wants you to go hellbent, like, and then everything else, like, all of a sudden all your cards start to become shocks. Like, oh, this card is just amazing. You know, against you know, blue decks or sweepers, it's like Hazaret and Chandra. They're like, God. But yeah, I mean, 4 mana, right? So Raiju is really good if you have a lot of little dorks, and they recur. If you have like a lot of tokens, right? Like little tokens. This would be really, really good with tokens, because tokens, your opponent has to deal with the creatures, right? So what are the token cards, right? You have the Squee, then you have Goblin War Boss. You have the Goblin that comes into play, gets you another 1/1 Goblin. Like, think of the goblin. Think of the creatures that come into play and get you a token, right? If you can have a lot of little token guys, Thundering Raiju is dope, because then all of a sudden you can start giving little +1/+1 to all your other little dorks, or you can just find other ways to give them +1/+1. And Thundering Raiju off the top deck would be amazing. It's quiet. Wow, 2 mana, 4 damage? That's super good. What? Yeah, Hazaret is just sick. Hazaret is just like freaking amazing. Like, oh my God. I'm thinking about playing this in my mono red deck. So if I in my legacy one. In my yeah, this card is good. This isn't a lot of red decks in legacy. This is in red, because red has no way to like look into your opponent's hand. You know what I mean? So you're like, let me see that. It's like Thought sees you, and you're like, oh wow. No one ever sees it coming. So maybe in the future you might see me playing this card in I might actually put this in the in my legacy in my burn deck. Because no one will see it coming. Yeah, this card is in Legacy. Like red decks, like Big Red, All in Air, Prison, they have Thought Knot Seer. Like, because you can play it on turn 2, which makes it super effective. In fact, let me, since I'm messing with the red burn deck, I might as well see if I fit it in there. Why the hell not? Take out Rolling Vortex. Put in that card. Oh no, I can't because it's too expensive. Or I could take out Mutavault, and if Mutavault comes out, then Wizard Lightning comes out, and so does Soulscar Mage. It's weird. This deck is so weird. It's like I'm trying to make it work so badly. It's like red burn in the historic point. It's like they don't have Soulscar Mage. They have the running wizard with this full. They have Gitu Lava Runner. Some of them even have Fervent Champion, and that's a good card. In fact, even Fanatical Firebrand's a good freaking card. Actually, I want to use Melt Through. I'm not putting it in the deck. I just want copies of it so I can see it. Because I always forget to get it. Now that I'm looking at it, I might should get Melt Through. One of those rebalanced cards. Or Scorch Splitter. Yeah, you're probably right. Because of the Lightning Helix. I know, it's because the Lightning Helix is just so good. But I don't think I have any white-red lands. Let's experiment. We're gonna experiment. We're gonna experiment. We're gonna experiment. Let's dupe this. Okay, we're gonna experiment here, and we're just gonna if I take out Vortex. Yeah, Idoline's right here. Yeah, Idoline's right here. No, don't be sorry, you're good. I'm just trying to fine-tune the deck. I'm just trying to find ways to, like, get the deck to be strong and, like good. I just want it to be good. This Scorch Splitter. Scorch Splitter's good, man. Like, that card has never let me down. People have a hard time trying to kill it too because it does 2 damage. It's like that. So Scorch Splitter paired with like a burn spell, it's like 5 damage. Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher seems really good. Bone Crusher can go. it would be where Wizard Lightning would go. Bone Crusher's really good. Bone Crusher's really, really good. Or I could take out... I don't have to put in Scorch Spitter. I can make it Bone Crusher. That actually might be better. Good call. Another little burn spell that turns into a creature. But I don't know that rolling vortex has saved me so much sometimes. All right, we'll play it. Let's play a game with it. Since I was fumbling around with it. Man, I gotta go to work. It's okay. Yesterday was payday. My first payday in it's like 7 months. Jeez. Your boy's been struggling. Your boy's been really struggling here. But now he's happy. Now it's time to take care of some real problems. Like cleaning this darn house. I should have bought you flowers. Is it hard to live in Japan? No, Japan is super comfortable. It's one of the best places I've ever lived in a very long time. And I've lived in a lot of little places. It's very comfortable. Things work. Things turn on. People work hard. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable the quality of life here. Unfreaking believable. He was not gonna like what was coming next. I know, right? 2. He'll go to 12. 3, 6, 9. He'll go to 3. Oh my god. Okay, that doesn't count. That didn't count. That's just. This would have been Scorch Spitter. It would have been Scorch Spitter. I love how people complain about microtransactions like anything. Like saying, "What's up, Chloe? Nice to see you." Everybody, Chloe in the house. Hi, Chloe. How are you? Big shout outs to Chloe. Thank you for the raid the other day. Super nice of you. Romaro, meet Chloe. Have you met each other before? You guys should be the best of friends. Oh snap, my sister. Deezing. What's up, Scissor? What is this guy gonna do? Where's he gonna attack? Double block it. Double block me. He knows better. You're gonna triple block? Wow, look at this guy. So you want to do 2 damage, but I can kill both your creatures by doing this cool move. Kill your whole team. Bang, bang. Thank you, sister. Everybody, big shout out to my sister. She plays video games some of the times. Favorite friend in Japan. That was a nice thing to say. It's going. I should have been sleeping about 50 minutes ago, but here we are. It's called being irresponsible, and I'm very good at doing I will raid you, sister. I will raid you. Are you gonna stream soon? Yeah, that's fine. Do you even raid? Do you even stream? Yeah, I'll hit you up, sister. Don't trip. Yeah, so I'm, you know, because of my work, I have to wake up at 7 in the morning every day. Like I have to go to sleep, and yeah, you go ahead. I have to wake up at 7, so it's like I can only stream an hour until I get to the weekend. Oh, it's Cacophonous Scamp. Sorry, I love this. He just came out, and his name is just awesome. When Dad retires, I'm gonna try to do streaming and drawing full time. Now that sounds awesome. I would love for you to do such. I know, yeah, it's way past my bedtime. I was gonna attack, but I didn't want it to do any tricks. Tricks are for kids in this game. Thanks, sister. I know, right? I know, right? I know. It's a great name, right? Cacophony Scamp. It's such a good name of a magic card. You know it's not a good name of a magic card? Super silly. Come on. How do I have 4 skewed crooks? Oh, I can kill my opponent straight up. Hold on. 3, 6, 9, 12. I can't do math. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I got 17 damage. Oh, God. Do I just aim for the dome? If I had one more mountain, I could win the goddamn game. Shut up. Okay. Oh, God. I know, dude. Think of creating a Pokemon ROM hack for game dev experience? I would love to give it a try. Can I lose next turn? 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then he draws a card. Oh, he gets first strike. That's fine. Attack me, you won't. Attack me, you won't. Okay, that's what I thought. This guy's playing the stupid goblin. This guy's playing a ghetto goblin deck. I'm about to lose to it, actually, so... Let's play blocker here and start going for the dome. Please get me a mountain. Hey! Thanks, sister. I'll raid you in 5 minutes. Deuces. Have a good game. Everybody check out my sister. She's playing game. I'm gonna raid her in like 5 minutes, so you will have no choice to check her out. Great. Can I survive? Unless he has like Super Rager in the hand. I think this is Romaro, this is I think I realized why I didn't play Bone Crusher is because my mana curve is super low. Just to be clear, I was mana screwed. No, I didn't have fun. What do you think this is? Alright guys, thank you for hanging out. Romaro, thank you. No, you didn't. It's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. Don't even be sorry. Don't even be sorry, please. Text me on Instagram, okay? I'm very, very active. I ask Chloe to hit me on Instagram all the time, but Chloe doesn't have a gram. So me and Chloe stay close on Twitch. Thanks very much, everybody. Romaro, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for being the coolest. Chloe, hit me up when you can, when you're ready. Sister, thanks for being ready to raid. Hang out with my sister, guys. She's probably going to, I don't know, I think she's most likely going to play Overwatch. If not, she has like her dailies that she has to do. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, I'll be here tomorrow. Let's just hang out for 2 minutes. Let me get the full 2 hours. Like, come on, stop. Just stop it. Just quit it. Quit it here. I mean, I did get unlucky. I mean, not like super unlucky, but, you know, getting 4 skewers in the hand. Like, goddamn, that was like crazy. I got no, it's like, look at half of these cards. I didn't even see them. Right? It's all good. It's whatever. You know? I didn't see any Chandras. But then again, I didn't have any mana, right? Yeah, with this mana curve, I need 24 land. And the reason why I have Chandra in the deck is because you know, you want end game. You want some end game going on. You know what I'm saying? See, yeah, sometimes arena is like that. Yeah, it's all good. I'm not super mad about it, but it's okay. Like, this is a work in progress, you know. I'm not a it's a work in progress. But yeah, so I think we're probably gonna experiment with Bone Crusher a little bit. Because Bone Crusher is 2 mana, really. But thanks, guys. You guys take care of yourself. And I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.